Hello and welcome to another episode of the Tejano Traveler. I'm our host Wally, and today we are on the Texas Lakes and Prairies Trail, taking a look at the Vintage Flying Museum in Fort Worth, Texas. Now, the Dallas Fort Worth area is chock full of aviation history. There's always a lot of history involving airlines and airplanes and historic flights and all this other kind of stuff with historic airports and historic landing strips. So it's only natural for it to have about 4 or 5 museums just dedicated to aviation. So when you come here, you get to see some of these flying machines, and there's a little museum beforehand that talks about some war history, which is always pretty cool. And then one side of the museum is a hangar where they are fixing a lot of planes, getting them ready for showcasing in their museum. Sometimes they're renovating them, sometimes they have a car just because I guess somebody donated it. But it's kind of cool seeing how there's always a process to making these planes presentation worthy. So you come here and you see what they're working on, you see how they are fixing some things and tinkering with this or that, or pulling things apart and pulling them back together, taking out an engine, working on it to, I guess, make it flyable again, because you don't want a plane that doesn't fly. Why would you have a plane that doesn't fly? But I like seeing some of these engines just out of their sockets or whatever, and seeing some of the other things. Also, this plane was from a famous lady who used to fly famous people in Hollywood. And then this is a really weird helicopter. It's oddly shaped, and oddly it's called the Flying Banana because it just looks weird. Also, they have a cat that you can't let out. The other side of the hangar has all the other renovated planes already. They should all be fly worthy, I think, from what the docent told us. But they've got a big array of different planes. Some of them are vintage planes, some of them are from the 20s, some from the 30s, all the way up to now, I guess. I like seeing those planes, the wings, because they remind me of Snoopy. And then there's some other planes here. And this one's a weird one because it has like two side by side people. I guess they got tired of backplane flying. But if you're a lover of planes, definitely come here and check it out. Now, I know absolutely nothing about planes other than that they fly, but it's still pretty cool coming here. And this is the typical plane that you see in movies that's carrying cargo and like all these men that are about to jump from parachutes. And that's more planes. And there is a beauty right there. I love flying fortress type of planes, planes that have a lot of turrets and machine guns and missiles and places to be in. They're always some of my favorite type of planes, and I like looking at them. And one of my dreams is to fly in one, just for a little bit though, because I'm afraid of flying. Look at that plane. It's an amazing plane. I like it. There should be more of them. I wish they would come back in style. And then you just sort of roam around and see some of the different planes that they have out here. They got some pretty cool ones. Pretty sure if you're into airplanes, you would know a lot more about this than I would and geek out a bit more than I am. But it's still kind of cool coming here and seeing part of the aviation history of Fort Worth. And there is a lot. So, also, this was the only plane outside. I like how the wings fold. It's nice and easy to put away, I guess. Anyways, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment, like, and subscribe. Bye bye.